Oman News, where the Africa 2017 Forum will kick off on Thursday in the Red Sea resort of Sharm Sheikh under the auspices and with the attendance of President Sisi. The three-day forum is held under the theme Driving Investment for Inclusive Growth and is recognized by the Ministry of International Cooperation and Investment in cooperation with the COMESA Regional Investment Agency ahead of the forum. Non-international correspondent Linda Abdulatif conducted the following interview with the Ibrahima Sheikh de Jong, the facilitator of the forum.
Right here from the Sharm Sheikh International Congress Center, where the Africa 2017 Forum will be taking place under the auspices and with the attendance of President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi. We're very delighted to be joined by Mr. Ibrahima Sheikh de Jong, who's the CEO of a Pan-African Advising and Banking Group and who's also the facilitator of this forum. Now, sir, thank you so much for joining us today on Nile TV International. We're very delighted to have you with us today. Now, sir, this is a three-day forum that is held or organized by the Egyptian Ministry of International Cooperation and Investment in cooperation with the COMESA Regional Investment Agency. And indeed, a wide range of topics will be discussed concerning business and development in the continent. How do you see the importance of the Africa 2017 Forum?
Well, first of all, most of us are delighted to be back in the beautiful city of Sharm Sheikh for the second edition of an Africa 2017. Which become a must-attend event on a yearly basis. This event is extremely important for a number of reasons. First of all, this is really an event trying to foster businesses among African countries, but also businesses with Africa and the rest of the world. And that's why I believe that a lot of us love to come to this event just to demonstrate that we Africans can actually trade among ourselves, but also invest in other countries. I think the other importance is the fact that we're also reaching out to the rest of the world, to China, to other emerging markets, and say, look, Africa is open for business. But in order to do that, we need to fix our infrastructure, we need to fix our business environment, we need to show more political will, and that's why we're delighted to have so many heads of states in Sharm Sheikh showing the support to Egypt. And the fact that Egypt is hosting us, demonstrating once again your presence, commitment, and dedication to the rest of the continent, and that's why we're delighted to be here.
Now, sir, as I've mentioned earlier, this is a three-day forum, and we will be kicking it off tomorrow with the Young Entrepreneurs Day. We would like you to speak a little bit more about the Young Entrepreneurs Day, as you are the facilitator of that.
Well, tomorrow's day is extremely important. This is really a day dedicated to the young entrepreneurs, to entrepreneurship in Africa. So we're going to try to achieve a number of objectives. Number one, first of all, is to celebrate our success stories of entrepreneurship across the continent. Hopefully those stories will actually inspire more young people to get into entrepreneurship. Second of all, we're going to actually spend some time looking at some of the bottlenecks of entrepreneurship in Africa, whether it's access to finance, whether it's building capacities, whether it's accessing markets. So there'll be a lot of conversation about finding solutions to make sure more young people can get the means, allow them to get into entrepreneurship. We're also going to spend some time and just to see how we can work together as Africans. There's so many great stories of African entrepreneurs that can inspire many young people. We want to actually showcase them, celebrate them, and actually hear more about why they become successful, what can we learn from that, so we can inspire more young people to get into entrepreneurship. So I'm so looking forward to tomorrow, because this is a day where we give the voice back to the young people, which, as you know, they occupy a majority of our population across the continent. So it's important that we celebrate them and give them the voice.
Now, there's an interesting part as well. You will be moderating two forums or two sessions during the Africa 2017 Forum. We'd like you to shed more light on those sessions.
Well, I have two sessions that I'm so looking forward to. The number one session is really a session about talking about the success stories of African entrepreneurs. How do we actually feature and showcase those successes so young people can actually learn from that. So I'll be happy to actually interview some successful African entrepreneurs and just hear about their stories, why they become successful, what are some of the lessons they learn, what are some of the failures that they've gone through, and how it can actually inspire some young people. And then second, I have a session on China-Africa. You know, this is a very important topic because China is aggressively investing as president of the continent. Now, they have a position, but I want to hear the position of the African governments and private sector, how they can work with the Chinese. So I am so looking forward to that session because we're going to get in countries like Mozambique, Ethiopia, where China is strongly present. But I want to hear how they're doing it, how they're working with China, and how we make sure that the relationship with China is a win-win relationship as opposed to one-sided. So I'm looking forward to that session as well. It's going to be a great, actually, of 3 days of sharing, 2 days of knowledge sharing, 2 days of generosity, but also 2 days of generosity from Egypt, who's hosting us.
Mr. Ibrahima, thank you so much for this very fruitful interview. Thank you so much.
Pleasure was mine.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right.
Yeah, perfect.